This is Cable 18, the Cherry Hill Public Schools television station.
Good evening, and welcome to the West Report. I'm Chris Begley.
And I'm Mark Wolf. On Thursday of last week, Cherry Hill's newly elected mayor, Susan Bass-Levin, and her associate, Dr. Gerard, spent the day talking with our social studies classes about financial planning and municipal taxes. The students enjoyed talking with the mayor and asking questions.
Last Thursday, April 7th, during a junior class mini-meeting, the National Honor Society held its annual tapping ceremony, where the current NHS members invited 10% of the junior class to join the NHS. Congratulations to these new members. For the past few weeks, West reporter Andy Katz has been taking a look at the progress of the musical Can-Can. This week, he concludes the series.
Thank you, Chris. Recently, I've been doing updates on the production of West Spring's musical Can-Can by Cole Porter. Previous interviews of the report have included Mark Wolf, lighting designer, Herb Fisher, director, Mark Heckman, stage director, and Jim Rabick, instrumental music director. Today, I conclude my Can-Can coverage with an interview with several members of the cast. I'm here with the actors and performers of Can-Can, and there are so many of them right now, I'll just go to them and ask some questions. You, sir. Star actor, please mention your name and what you are in the Can-Can.
I'm Mike Richardson. I play Hilaire Jussac.
Okay, and in Can-Can, and what does Monsieur Jussac do in this show?
Well, mostly like chases girls around the whole play, and I go after Claudine, who's the dancing lead, and I chase her around. I try and take her away from Boris, who's the head artist.
Okay, and have you had is this like? Do you feel that in all the musicals you have appeared in, I know you've been in many. Is this like do you feel this is your best one, or?
I think so. It's the largest role I've had. I mean, I was in the dance course for King and I and for Grease, but I think this is the best one I've done so far.
Okay. Mr. Duval, long time no see. How are you, sir? Please mention your character's name.
Theophile.
And you are an artist, I see.
Right.
And what does this artist do through this?
Well, he's basically a character role. He's like Boris's right-hand man, and basically it's a cute role. It's a nice part.
Abby, how are you?
Fine.
Tell us your role is.
I'm Kista. I'm the owner of Dance Hall.
And what is this? What is the highlight of this character?
Well, I'm basically a very headstrong, streetwise person, and I try to seduce Aristide so he won't arrest me and the girls that are in my dance hall, and he falls in love with me. And it's a nice role. I like it a lot.
Tom Duran, how are you, sir?
I play the role of Hercule, who's another artist. I'm the architect of the group, and we're all kind of starving because we can't get any work, so we just kind of hang out.
Mike Martin,
Hello.
and
My character's name is Etienne, and he's a poet, and he reads poetry, and everybody hates it, and it's just everybody through the whole play. Whenever I mention a poem, everybody just kind of dies.
Brian Chartok, how are you, sir? Please mention your character's name.
I play the part of Aristide Forestier, who is a prudish judge sent to Montmartre to clean up the district, and ends up falling in love with Pistache, the owner of the nightclub.
Thank you very much. Steve Dennis, nice to see you again.
How you doing?
All right, what is your character's name?
I'm the doctor. Good morning.
And what does the doctor do in the show?
Basically not. I'm also a dancer, too. So you'll get good morning joke when you see the show.
Okay. Whitney, hi, how are you? What's your character's name?
Claudine.
And what does Claudine mean?
I am Boris's girlfriend, and I am in the show trying to get involved with Hilaire so that Hilaire will write Boris a good review for his artwork. And that's basically my job.
Josh, nice to see you again.
How you doing, man? I'm taking over here. Move, man. Come on!
Hey, you name your character, please?
Oh, yeah, I'm Boris. And, I'm, Claudine's boyfriend. And I hope you guys all come to see the show. Who's this going out to?
Cable 18.
Oh, Cable 18. How y'all on TV land?
Mike Pittman.
Wait, I'm not done yet. So anyway.
Mike Pittman? What's your character?
Yeah, I play Judge Paul Barrier, and I'm basically just Aristide's best friend. And I try and show him that you don't have to be so straight and narrow, that you can loosen up as a judge. But I'm a really straight and narrow guy.
All right, thank you all very much. And now for a piece of the preview. Here's the preview. Dates for the show are April 15th, 16th, and 17th, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Tickets are $4.50. Next week, we'll have full coverage of the play's opening weekend. This is Andy Katz for the West Report.
So Dan, what's new on the sports scene this week?
Well, the spring sports season is officially underway. The varsity baseball team got off to a strong start as they crushed Highland 14-5. They continued to play strong as they have also defeated Edgewood, Camden, and Triton in this past week. With 7 out of 9 starters being juniors, Coach Trotman definitely has much to look forward to this year and next. The team will be back in action this Friday as they face Overbrook away. The lacrosse team also started off successfully. In their first game, West defeated Morristown Friends for the first time ever by a score of 10-7. Tina Patterson, the goalie, had 20 saves in that victory. And on Monday, West went up against JFK and beat them 15-3. Today they will be going up against Delran. And the golf team, another winner in its first match over Edgewood, pulled off a victory over Triton on Monday. They will be playing Audubon today at Kings Grant. In track, West freshman 4x800 meter relay team earned a silver medal in the Camden-Gloucester County Relay Championships on Saturday. That's it for the sports. Back to you, Mark.
And now here's Drew Hannes with this week's edition of What's Hip?
Hi, I'm Drew Hannes, and I'm here to tell you what's hip. Well, the Oscars are over, and what a disappointment they were. This year's show needs a few alterations, and I'm here to make them. The Academy did select a few good, correct winners in some categories, like Sean Connery for Best Supporting Actor in The Untouchables, and Cher for Best Actress in Moonstruck. How the rest of the winners were chosen is beyond me. The choices and the show were both poorly done. Chevy Chase did a fine job hosting, but some of the speeches were absolutely absurd. Her cousin, Olympia Dukakis, of presidential candidate Michael Dukakis, won Best Supporting Actress for her role in Moonstruck. Great, but we could do without the comment to support Michael.
Okay, Michael, let's go!
When Eddie Murphy won Best Picture, he forgot to mention Moonstruck. Come on, Eddie. All you had to do was read the cue cards. It can't be that hard. Speaking of Best Picture, Broadcast News is my pick. Last Emperor was just too long. Broadcast News has 5 stars and 2 thumbs up. It was brilliant and funny. The one decision which I felt was the hardest to make was Best Actor. Although Michael Douglas did do a fine job in Wall Street, I agree with Premiere Magazine, and I write in Steve Martin as Best Actor. Well, they're my picks, and hopefully next year the Oscars will do better. And I'm Drew Hannes, and I'll see you next time on What's Hip?
What comes after winter? Spring, of course. Here's Kevin Seltzer with some of West's students and their thoughts about spring.
Spring allows us to go outside and do just about anything. However, the spring also affects our attitude towards school, more commonly referred to as spring fever. Let's see how some of the students here at West view this issue. If you didn't have to go to school, what would you be doing?
Party. Or staying home, watching my soaps, catching up on Santa Barbara and Young and the Restless.
And what would you be doing?
I'd be home sleeping until Days of Our Lives came on.
Larry Mann, a senior here at West. Hi, Larry.
How you doing?
Do you suffer from spring fever? You like to lay back a little, take it easy in the spring?
Severely. I lay back most of the year, but especially in the spring.
You to concentrate with the spring weather?
Yes, it is, because I feel like going down the shore or just going home and sleeping all day. I look out the window and it's real sunny out, and I want to be outside, and I'm stuck inside reading Macbeth or some kind of novel I don't really like.
What would you be doing if you didn't have to go to school during the spring?
I'd go down the shore, spend some time down there, be a beach bum, play some volleyball. That's what I like to
Okay,
do.
thank you very much, Larry. This is Kevin Seltzer for the West Report.
If your car is suffering from winter dirt, the yearbook will be sponsoring a car wash this Saturday, April 16th, from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock in the Jones Gym parking lot.
Stay tuned, because right after the junior school news, we have the all elementary school band and orchestra concert. Thank you for watching West Report. Good night.
Good night.
Hello, I'm Scott Angstreich with Dan Hutter, and welcome to this week's EastCast. In the past week, there have been many exciting things happening at East. Tonight, we take a look at the cum laude induction, TGIF night, the freshman dance, and the kickoff of the spring sports season. On Thursday night, April 7th, Cherry Hill East's chapter of the Cum Laude Society conducted its annual induction ceremony. The society recognizes superior academic achievement by students throughout their high school careers. After a welcome by cum laude advisor Mr. Pinzer, the 34 juniors comprising the top 5% of their class were inducted as members designate. After receiving their certificates, David Gordon, president of cum laude, gave an inspiring if tongue-in-cheek speech on the responsibilities of the members. After guest speaker Dr. Philip Esbrandt spoke, the seniors in the top 15% of the class were honored. These 108 students participated in a candle-lighting ceremony signifying the passing of knowledge from one member to another. The members of cum laude can be called upon to help tutor students who need help in search of that ever-elusive geometry theorem or QPS lab format or for any other subject. The newly formed Student Liaison Committee will hold its third Thank God It's Friday canteen night this Friday, April 15th at 7:30 p.m. This night is a place to meet new faces or hang out with old friends. Students will have the chance to do things ranging from dancing to the live bands and disc jockey to watching rented movies or to playing basketball and volleyball. In short, no matter what your tastes are, there's something for everybody. This night is made possible by the chairpeople of the Liaison Committee. They are Sherry Telenoff and Andrew Dold for the freshman class, sophomores Randy Strasberg and Cecily Flynn, juniors Jimmy Howlett and Terry Sy, along with Jeffrey McNeil and Michelle Darnell from the senior class. These 8 and the 39 other representatives should be congratulated for their outstanding work on the newest and most interesting event of the year.
This Saturday, April 16th, the freshmen will be holding their freshman dance from 7:30 to 10:30 p.m. in Cafeteria 1 here at East. Tickets were on sale this week during all lunch periods for $7. Checks only are accepted. Freshmen, this Saturday night is sure to be a spectacular event. Make sure you don't miss out. The freshmen are still in need of people to help with decorations and food preparation. Anyone willing to help out should contact Jennifer Reinstein or Karen Lipkowitz or come to school on Saturday from 9:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. This year's annual variety show is going to be held on Friday, April 22nd. The show will spotlight the talents of East students from all 4 classes. The second half, though, will be composed of acts by students only from the senior class. Tickets will be sold at the door. Mark this date, Friday, April 22nd, on your calendar, and be sure to show up for a fun-filled and entertaining evening. East has had another year of overwhelming success in art competition in the National Scholastic Arts Contest. Students from East were selected as Blue Ribbon, Gold Key, and Honorable Mentions for art and photography. Their works were on exhibit at the Philadelphia Museum College of Art earlier this year. Students of Fine Arts Department Chair Mrs. Louise McDonnell and teachers Mrs. Bobby Hopp, Mr. Ted Cook, Mr. Ed Fasella, Mrs. Judy Graham, and Mr. George Jackson will be highlighted here on EastCast over the next few months. Tonight, Eric Friedman asked Amy Palm about the competition and her Gold Key award-winning entry.
What exactly did this competition involve?
Well, we took pictures for a photography class, and our teacher decided that he would enter certain ones in a photography contest that he thought would be good enough for it.
Can you describe your particular entry that you entered?
Yes, I went to a skating rink to get pictures of freezing motion, and that's how it ended up. I just took the picture as the people were moving, skating by.
That's interesting. What kind of award were you given for winning this contest?
A Gold Key.
Oh, did you put it in your room? Or?
Well, actually, I haven't gotten it. They supposedly said we were listed as getting it, but they haven't given us anything yet. I don't know.
It should be nice.
Yeah.
Do you have any future plans in the field of photography or anything else with art?
Well, when I go to college, I hope to use it for, activities there, but I'm not going to be majoring in anything like that. It'll probably most likely be a hobby for a while.
Yeah, thank you very much. This has been Eric Freeman with Amy Palm for EastCast.
In performing arts news, the one-act plays are returning to Cherry Hill East for another year of performances. These give many lesser-known actors and actresses a chance to star in an East production. The plays also allow some of the more experienced thespians to try their hand at directing. This year's freshman play will be directed by Dan Traster. The ninth graders will perform Please No Flowers. The sophomore play depicts the classic struggle between Darwinism and creationism in Inherit the Wind, directed by Jason Rossman. The juniors, directed by David Weiner, will put on the play Death, and the seniors' play is to be directed by the veteran thespian Brad Holonicki. Starring in their play, Flattering Word, will be Jason Alexander, Rich Serrata, Christy Groves, and Miriam Zabel. The plays can be seen on May 6th or 7th as the date has not been set yet, in the auditorium for a small cover charge. The Performing and Visual Arts Society will be holding its annual festival later this spring. This day's long event is a place to showcase the achievements of East's talented artisans for the rest of the student body to observe. There will be exhibits of theater, choral activities, pottery, cosmetology, painting, classical and current music, photography, and other areas of creative talents. Passes can be obtained to view one or more of these events and must be signed for your teacher for that period. For more information, contact faculty advisors Mr. Cook, Mr. Nation, or Mr. Frisella. This is a great opportunity to witness some of East's unknown talent and ability. The music department has an eventful weekend to look forward to. Marla Diamond spoke with vocal director Mrs. Lisa Wilson about the plans.
Hi, I'm here with Miss Lisa Wilson and the Madrigal Singers. Miss Wilson is the director of the choirs at East. Miss Wilson, you're planning a very special trip on Friday. Could you tell us a little bit about that trip?
I'd be glad to. We're taking 5 of the ensembles from East to Annapolis for an adjudication. The East Singers, Madrigals, and Bells of East, the Wind Ensemble and Orchestra will be leaving this Friday morning at 6:30 to visit in Washington, D.C., and then go to Annapolis for an adjudication.
So the adjudication is the purpose of the trip?
The adjudication is the purpose of the trip, but very educational trip, if I may say so.
What are some of the special things on the itinerary?
We'll be going to Washington on Friday, and then Friday evening we'll be going to the Annapolis, the Naval Academy there. Saturday, all day is the adjudication, instrumental in the morning, choral in the afternoon, and then the awards banquet in the evening. Sunday, we'll be coming back to Washington to Baltimore Inner Harbor, and then returning home in the evening.
Oh, that sounds really nice. As for rehearsals for the groups, were there any special training or any special rehearsals that went into, well, we know about the special rehearsals. Anything unusual that they're doing?
Well, each of the groups except Bells and Madrigals meets during the school day, and Bells and Madrigals have had some extended rehearsals to prepare for the trip. But other than that, I think we're all in good shape and looking forward to it.
Terrific. Well, best of luck to all of the groups that are going on the trip to Annapolis. We're sure you'll do a great job. This has been Marla Diamond for EastCast.
The class of 1989's junior prom is fast approaching and is set for April 30th at the Garden State Park's Phoenix Room. Tickets were on sale for the first 3 days of this week, but if you miss them, for only $60 a couple, Tickets can still be bought at the grade level office. This year's prom theme is Forever Young, which won in the voting by the junior class. The chairpeople of this year's prom are Lauren Brandt and Susan Moccasin. The two put in many hours of hard work to make sure that the decorations, food, publicity, and music all run smoothly on the prom night. Photographs will be done by the firm of Krasson and Kovnat, so everyone's prom memories will be captured on film. Lauren Brandt said, "This year we really want it to be really special. We want to make it really elaborate. It should be the highlight of the junior year." Seniors, start saving your money for that dress, tuxedo, or possibly limousine because the senior prom is quickly approaching. The prom is going to be held May 21st at 8 o'clock at the Garden State Racetrack. This year there'll be no table assignments because the dinner will be buffet style. Tickets will go on sale in the near future, but in the meanwhile, work on building up your courage to ask that very special person. A great time is sure to be had by all who attend.
In sports, the girls' varsity lacrosse team got off a good start against Pennsauken with a 10-5 victory. The team's offense was propelled by goal scorers Nicole Bush, Jennifer Purnell, Daria Camusi, Leanne Cohen, Katie Fox, and Allison Belli. The defense, led by goalkeepers Danielle Foss and Becca Stein, shut down a very potent Pennsauken offense. The junior varsity team rode a 20-goal offensive onslaught to their first victory of the season. To top it off, the team only let up one goal in their 20-1 victory. Leading the team were four goal scorers Mindy Weiss and Hillary Weintraub. Jackie Audie and Ann Byrne each tallied a hat trick, and Krista Tomlin and Jen Audie notched 2 goals apiece. Donna Campiglia, Michelle Burke, Rosina Zippel, and Daffodil Tominski each beat the Pennsauken goaltender once to round out the scoring. On Monday, the varsity girls went on to their second victory against Lenape by a score of 15-9. Nicole Bush and Kim Schlegel both scored 4 goals, with Dara Camusi adding 3. Michelle Van Vel had 2, and Leanne Cohen and Jennifer Purnell also scored 1 apiece. Becca Stein totaled 11 saves and 20 shots in goal, and today the girls played Eastern at home. Good luck to the girls in their next match Friday at Collingswood at 3:30. Last week, the golf team defeated Edgewood High School 6-0. Dan Behringer was a medalist with a 38 at the Woodcrest Country Club. Along with their win against Overbrook, the golf team has begun their season undefeated with 2 wins and no losses. Today, the team faced Washington Township, and on Friday, they're at Woodcrest Country Club at 3:30 against Paul VI. Congratulations to the East Boys track team for defeating West 97-34. First place winners in the field events were Darrell Mapp, Stephen Lobel, and Brian Curley, who recorded South Jersey's best score this season in the shot put. In the track events, the relay team of Parham, Lewis, Davis, and Feldman won first place. Winners in the other events were Haight, Parham, Joseph, Lewis, and Davis. The track team is looking forward to an excellent season.
Tomorrow is the last day of freshman HSPT testing. Freshmen must come in bright and early at the usual time, while sophomores, juniors, and seniors can sleep late. School will start for them at 10 o'clock on Thursday. Congratulations to all the seniors who were notified this week of college acceptances. Remember, if you don't have plans tonight, come over now to the cafeteria for the international banquet, food and fun with a foreign flavor. This has been Dan Hutter and Scott Angstreich for EastCast. Stay tuned for the All Cherry Hill Elementary Band and Orchestra concert following the junior school news. We leave you with Ophelia's April Rain Dance. Good night, Ophelia.
Hi, I'm Candace Fisher for Carusi News. Last week was a very busy week here at Carusi. Nothing unusual about that. Every week is busy. But last Wednesday, April the 6th, the 7th grade was treated to an assembly in the gymnasium. The program was called The Introduction to the Opera. Then, on Thursday, April 7th, a group of music students went and performed at Kilmer and Knight elementary schools. We understand that they were well received by the elementary students there. Remember, those students will soon be attending Carusi. At the end of the week, on Friday, April 8th, the 8th grade students traveled to Cherry Hill High School West to watch a preview of the showing Can-Can. I have to say something here. It may seem that we are being treated an awful lot, but keep one thing in mind. Whenever we go on these special activities, no classes are missed, all schedules are adjusted, and maybe a few minutes here and there. You may have noticed that we haven't been saying much about sports lately. Well, the reason for that is because we are in the middle of tryouts and practices. Once we resume our regular competition, we will broadcast more sports. On Thursday, April 14th, is the day of reckoning. Report cards are issued that day. Good luck, everybody. Tonight we will bring you another day of Spirit Week. May I remind you that we are showing a day each week on our regular broadcast so that we don't have to cut so much out of our regular Spirit Week special on April the 27th. If you are on a diet or allergic to sweets, then I suggest you turn off your TV or go in the other room for this portion of Spirit Week. Tuesday started off with our annual cake decorating competition. These cakes had to be decorated with the theme of Spirit Week in mind, which was Carusi Cruises the Caribbean. As you can see, they met that requirement. Another requirement was the cakes had to be edible. Here's a look at the judges trying to decide which was best. Quite a tough task. I'm sure you agree. Prizes were awarded to the first 6 places. Scott Engel had a chance to interview the judges. Let's listen.
I'm here with the 3 judges from the cake decorating part of our competition. What are your names?
My name is Patrick Carroll.
Peg Riley. Judy Sweeney.
Is this the first time that you've ever judged cakes?
Definitely, yes.
Yes. Yes, it is.
What do you look for when you judge?
Originality and imagination, I would say, and the fact that the cake was done by the child who was assigned the task.
I'm looking for creativity and that everything is edible on the cake.
I'm looking for the same, the creativity, the edibility, and just some good imagination, something just a little different from the others.
Okay, thank you very much for coming.
6th place went to 8th graders Kelly Bauman and Brandy Norris. 5th place to 7th grader Betsy Zeineker. 4th place to 8th grader Anna Gregor. 3rd place to 7th graders Amy Galowski and Marla Chazels. 2nd place to 8th graders Maria Balados and Kim Smith. And capturing 1st place were 8th graders Sungmi Lee, Jill Lavender, and Heather Pertwee. Heather was absent the day of taping. Tuesday was also sweatshirt day, and here are a few students showing theirs off. Foul shooting was another part of the competition of Spirit Week. Not bad, Julie.
Whoa, Deadeye.
Boy, Temple of the Sixers could really use him. Nice going, John. Well, that was it for Tuesday, except for one other competition, which was the Wheel of Fortune. But it was over by the time we could get there, so we did not have a chance to tape it. I'm sure Pat Sajak and Vanna White will be very disappointed. I'm going to say goodnight now and remind you to watch next week. We'll close tonight showing the 3rd place winners of the lip sync competition, the Reflections. Good night.
This is Cable 18, the Cherry Hill Public Schools television station.